After weeks of asking, CBS 12 News has now learned Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies will be getting those body-worn cameras.
CBS 12 News reporter Al Peffley, he's at PBSO's headquarters near West Palm Beach with a price tag and where that money will come from.
Body cameras for PBSO deputies won't be cheap. The sheriff says it'll cost about $3,500 to $4,000 per camera, and he'll need 3,000 of them. He'll get them, but the county administrator says it won't happen overnight.
It is something that our residents has demanded, and so that's a priority for us. And so we're going to make sure that that occurs.
Palm Beach County Administrator Verdini Baker says there's no longer any question about it. PBSO deputies will get body-worn cameras, and the money to pay for them will come from a 1-penny sales tax hike that took effect January 1st, 2017. For the viewer out there who hears about this and says, oh boy, here we go, they're going to raise my taxes again to pay for this, what would you say to those people who are skeptical about that?
I think we all are concerned about that as taxpayers. My job is to avoid having to raise taxes.
She says it'll cost about $19 million to get body cams for PBSO deputies and the servers and infrastructure needed to store the video. And she says those dollars are spread out in the county budget in fiscal 2023, 24, and 25.
Body-worn cameras are fantastic. We're thrilled to death that we're finally going to get them. You have to remember, with an agency my size, we're talking of a $19 million investment.
In a roundtable discussion Wednesday night, the sheriff said body cameras will improve transparency and make deputies and citizens more accountable for their actions because there will be a video record of what happened when deputies respond to calls.
It strengthens the accountability of the police. It prevents a lot of confrontational situations because not only does the officer know it, but then the person they're dealing with knows it.
Some may question why the county has to provide Sheriff Bradshaw with additional money for body cameras when his agency already gets a budget of more than $700 million a year from the county. Do you think the sheriff should have been able to find money for these cameras somewhere in his $700 million plus budget?
I'm not going to answer that question because, number one, that $700 million reflects what the state requires that the county pay for. That's included in the sheriff's budget.
$700 million may sound like a lot, but the sheriff says there are a lot of things besides road patrol he has to do with that money, including providing security at the courthouse, the airport, and the waterways. The sheriff says his department is talking with vendors because he says they want to get the latest state-of-the-art equipment. He says body cameras are like laptops. Every week there's a better one. In West Palm Beach, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.